Hey guys, welcome to what should be episode 3 of this particular pick. If I was able to edit it and get it all down to decent sizes as far as the clips go. So now this is the top box. So we had the two draw middle box riser on the last episode. In the first episode, we covered the Craftsman roller base and the contents of that. So this box is a 7 draw, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is a 7 draw Kennedy. This is, I believe, the smallest version of the Machinist tool chest that Kennedy makes with the drop front like this. And the drop front's in good shape. It's not all rusted. It's not all dented up and smashed. It does have a key. Only have one key, unfortunately, but better than no key. And so let's check out what's in the top. Alrighty, first thing I spot is a Phase 2 radius gauge set. This is the cheapo version of the radius gauge set, but the good news is it is a complete set. I don't see anything missing. It's even got the really tiny one that goes up here, and it even has the little holder, which sometimes goes missing. The holder is supposed to be captive right here, but that plastic is torn. But at least it's there. So that'll be a good cheap set for somebody. This is what I was glad to see. I actually saw these before I saw that great looking blade that we covered in episode 1. So I believe these are all going to be genuine Starrett. So that's the center head, which is unmarked, but it's got the right shape and size of the adjustment nut there. It's a perfect match for this. And these are almost always marked. And sure enough it is. It's marked right here. This is a Starrett, looks like a Starrett 490. So I'm confident that these two go together, and yep, there's a match there also. So this is also going to be Starrett, and this one is marked. Not only is this a complete set, but the bubble, the vial is intact, it's not broken, which is great. There's not a lot of, there's like no damage on it, barely any rust. And look at this. Even the scriber is present. That is fantastic. Yeah, I know, I'm getting a little giddy over it. Oh, look at this. Another Starrett 657 mag, push button mag base. A lot of people like these. If I didn't have other mag bases that I like better, like my Nogas, I'm probably going to keep some of these anyways, because I just have so many of them now. I sell off a couple here and there, and then, like rabbits, they just multiply. Alright, moving right along. Got a surface gauge. Oh, that's an early Starrett surface gauge. It's actually marked right there on the rod. Not sure what model that is. It's missing the 2 pins, but other than that, looks like it's all there. I don't know why I said it's all there. Obviously, it's just got this rod. And could have more to it, but it doesn't. Pad of paper, always handy. Magnifying glass, also always handy. Case for glasses that are not in there. Look like more dowel pins. Oh no. Center drills. Alright. Drill index. What? Drill index with a mismatch of drills in it. And yeah, quite a few missing and mixed up, and the hinges got issues. Toothpicks. Another Mitutoyo micrometer. Lock works on that one. This is a friction thimble. Boy, that friction thimble. There we go. It's freeing up. Carbide faces. Look pretty decent. Alright. Not a bad little micrometer. What we got in here? Just miscellaneous carbide inserts. The majority of what's in here look like the triangle style without any holes in it. We have a little foam rubber penguin. Bandage. X-Acto knife blades. The Magnetic Polycast Protractor by Empire. So this is pretty weak magnet, but you get the idea. You want to use that as a quick, rough gauge of degrees. Oh yeah, the little trigonometry tables and handy reference for engineers. I've already got a copy of this, so I'll give that to somebody. A couple nice big taps here. Tap. 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 See what else we got. Alright, so we've got it's a container that's got 4 carbide inserts left in it, and then over here we've got a bunch of brand new carbide inserts, various types. These are these are replacement cutters for Shaviv deburring tools. So I don't know how many of these belong to some of the cutters that I ended up finding already in this lot. So what I'll probably do is I'll put these carbide cutters, I'll put these in a drawer with all of those indexable end mills and stuff that I pulled out of this lot, and I'll go through them at some point later and figure out what goes in here. Oh look, there's those weird 4-sided suckers. Those things. Let's see what we get down. Oh, here's another one of these Mighty Mag magnet holders. You just put a rod in here and you can use it as an indicator base or whatever. And up here I just got some random magnets. This one says General on it, which is interesting. I wonder what that was supposed to be for. A couple of these strong type here that let you hang stuff. That looks like that might have came out of a speaker. A couple small ones. And then we got 1, 2, 3. We've got 6 R8 collets. Oh, that's nice. These 2 here are Hardinge, so those are top of the line. And these 4 right here appear to be unmarked, so they're probably just generic. All right, top right drawer. Pens, a few Sharpies. Some of the Sharpies might be okay, but the ballpoint pens usually are pretty dried out by the time I get around to them. And some of these, the missus is probably wondering where the hell that knife went to, huh? This guy stole it out of the kitchen. Hey, look it. I am Gumby. Center drills. There's a nice long one there. So we got some center bit drills and some stub twist drills. And then we got, oh, this is interesting. These are all boring bars, small ones. Those would be nice. That looks like it might be a gauge pin. 0.375 minus, that's a gauge pin. For some reason it's in there. There's another boring bar. Some more center drills. But what I'm seeing here is a bunch of what look to be maybe Starrett punches. Let's get these little punches out and see what we got. See if there's a full set. So what we've got is we've got some random pin punches, 4 good Starrett pin punches, and then over here, these 3, because they have sizes on them like 1/8, etc. and everything, that leads me to believe these were pin punches that were reground into center punches, except for this one. This one is a Starrett 117B, so I think this is actually a Starrett center punch. That's how it started its life. All right, let's do the last drawer on this side. Got some interesting files here. Look at that sucker. Bunch of small pattern files. I don't know what this is. It's protected so well. Oh, just one of these, which is a ton of them in here. So, a little dental pick tool. Oh, there's the X-Acto handle for those blades. And there's another one. Just a bunch of center drills. Single flute coated. All right. All right, let's reposition the camera. All right, top left drawer. Oh, hold downs. A lot of them. This one even has a maker's name on it. It says Dietzman Tool Company or something, or Englewood, Ohio. I don't know. Don't really care. Just hold downs and T-nuts, which are always handy to have. A bunch of dowel pins and a bunch of the hold down nuts that have the captive washers on them. So these are nice to have. And next draw down, last of the small draws, end mills up the wazoo, and that one right there is solid carbide. You can tell by the weight, and that looks brand new. Nice find. Some good stuff here. Anything hidden in here that we can get excited about? Nope. Unless you get excited about cap screws. Second to the last draw. Alright, down here we got all twist drills. Oh, look at that. Oh, these are nice. I didn't even see these. I just thought this was all drills when I first looked at this load. The center drill. But these are pulley taps. These are taps that are on these really long shanks, so you can reach down into the sheave of a pulley to tap the hole for a set screw or a grub screw. So these are nice. Some stones. Hey, it's the stones, man. This is a tap follower, I believe. This is a tap guide. I think I've got enough of these, so I'll probably be able to sell this one. So this is just for those of you who don't know. This is a pointed tip that's spring loaded. And you put this in your collet or a chuck. And this engages the hole on the back of a tap handle, on the smaller tap handles, or the hole on the back of a tap if you have a tap that's in a handle. You know, if it's in the other style handle. It's a nice little thing to have. Carbide scribe with a magnet on the end. Another stone. Automatic center punch. This is a General tool number 79. Still works perfect. Oh, piloted counter bore, small one. Interesting little die holder. This plastic thing here is full of small, is that center drills, or oh, that's really small end mills maybe? Or, these are really small end mills. Double-ended size. Oh, look at that. How cool is that? Hidden in this little plastic drawer that I didn't even open up and look in is an LS Starrett square. It's a number 20, but it's got to be the smallest size I've ever seen. It's 1.5 inches. Jeez, I didn't even know they made one that small. Oh, cool. That's going right in my collection. This is a little clamp that you can tighten down onto the top of a jaw on your vise. Becomes a stop, essentially. I wonder what these are. Huh. These funky little things here. These say Kurt, WSRL 46-1. These say Kurt, WSRL 46-1. Patent pending. So this is some sort of a, must be some sort of a fixture, like a Kurt Weiss attachment. These almost look like stops for really small jaws. Maybe you could put these on a parallel. But it appears that the action is that when you tighten this Allen screw on the top here, this is going to create a wedging action and allow this to tighten down on something, like a parallel. I bet you those stupid little things right there are a lot more money than I would have ever expected to buy, if you had to buy them. Alright, we got a little cheapy level. It's a general, but it's plastic. Ah, let's see, that's a... What the hell is that? Thought it was a tape measure at first, but it's not. Case is cracked. It's a magnifier. That's a magnifier with 3 different size objectives in it. This is a piece of solid carbide that somebody ground into, well, maybe that, no, maybe not. Maybe that was, no, somebody ground that. Nope. This actually says right on it, 60-degree drill point. That sucker. 3/8 by 3/8, 2 flute 60-degree drill point. Another one. Oh, here's another one of those funky things. The half diameter thing. I don't know. All right, we got some small hole gauges here. Just a couple of random ones. There's a couple of tools for inserts. Oh, vice stop, and a quill depth stop. Cool. Starrett 579D and a 579C. So two out of a set, or you can actually order these individually. So it's possible they were individual. But I got a feeling these were originally part of a larger set. Actually, didn't I find? I think I found one lonely hole gauge in the other box, right? These are all like really long, skinny reamers. There's another little scale, and all that's over here to the right. That's kind of out of frame. Is just a whole bunch of reamers. This whole section here is just all reamers. All right, let's move on to the final drawer. A couple of brushes, good for oil or what have you. Ah, a blade, and it's a Starrett. So this could go with those 3 heads, and then of course you could also put those heads on that longer blade that I found early on in this series. Just a chunk of aluminum that's been made into something. Oh, what looks to be a set of commercial-made parallels. Either I miscounted or we're missing one here.
1, 2, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6 pairs, 7 pairs, and 1 extra.
It's probably in those ones I put away, huh? Maybe. No, actually, I don't think any of those had holes in them. Oh, that's nice. One of these Starrett, was it 193? I forget. Sorry, that's a Starrett 183 bevel protractor. The general number 164 tap handle. Looks like it's in great shape. See, there's that hole that the tap follower would go in. Here's another one. This is interesting. Design, I've never seen one with a design like that. The follower actually keeps it captive like that. Huh. So I can't find out who makes this tap handle. It just says tap USA P-P, and then the follower here says tap guide USA. But because it's a perfect fit for this, I'm assuming these two go together. So I wonder who makes that. That's actually kind of neat. We got another scale. Well, that's a Starrett. My mistake. This is Products Engineering Corporation of California. Some random stuff. What that is. That's interesting. It's like, it almost looks like somebody made this to test thread sizes, but I don't see. They didn't do the greatest job putting the threads in that thing. Some more random scales. A couple satin finish ones here. These are decent. Never heard of that brand. That's a Starrett one. That's a good one there. A couple of these nuts here for your hold downs and more hold down nuts. So I want to see what the heck this thing is. Huh. What's this called? Never seen one like that. I grabbed an Allen wrench so I could loosen this so I could slide it over and see that this is a stop lock. Lock spelled L-O-C, and that's a registered trademark. So I'm not familiar what this doohickey is, but I'm sure I can find out by looking online. That's kind of neat though. Might be able to find a use for that. We got a couple of these types of stops here that you can tighten down to a table, small table. This is one of those ratcheting tap wrenches. Seems to work okay. Hey, this might be actually a pretty good quality one. I don't know. It says made in Germany. Not like Germany doesn't make some cheap stuff too, but just saying. Generally speaking, a lot of the stuff that comes out of Germany tool-wise is pretty decent quality. And this has got the hole in the back for the tap follower. I wonder why they knurled. I wonder why they knurled that. Is that maybe just so you can get it started with finger tip pressure? I don't know. All right, we got left here. Little drawer. All right, last we got this little drawer right here with mostly looks like random junk in it, but we do have a couple of thread pitch gauges. This is a Union Tool thread pitch gauge from Orange, Massachusetts. And this one is Regal Beloit. B-E-L-O-I-T. Regal Beloit. Metrish. 60 degrees? Is that trying to say metric? Yep. It's a metric pitch gauge. Interesting. A manufacturer I've never heard of. Yeah, I'm just going to dump this to see if there's anything. No, I think that's going to be it, guys. Oh, look at that. A fishtail. And it's a Starrett. And it's a nice satin chrome finish one. That's a nice little fishtail right there. All right, guys, so I think we're going to call it quits right here on this one. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos and enjoying the little treasures that I find here and there. And if you do, please hit the like button. And if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Take care.